This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Next up, we've got Neville pinning Bo Dallas in 8 minutes and 53 seconds. Meltzer would say this was put in the usual women's match spot. Good match. Neville did a moonsault off the top rope to the floor and a standing shooting star. They tried to tell a story in this match that Neville was the guy who beat Dallas to win the NXT title, so they had a past history, but the crowd never bought that Dallas could win. Neville won with the Enziguri and Red Arrow, 2 3/4 stars. We know Neville is going to grow very frustrated with his positioning in WWE, and eventually they come to an impasse, and now he's with AEW. Bo Dallas is still hanging around WWE, and he's had a few different sort of start and stops, and it felt like after the big push in NXT, he was poised for a big run on the main roster, and for whatever reason, that success has belonged to his brother, and it's somehow evaded him. What do you think is the future of Bo Dallas? Do you think he's still got a shot at making it in WWE, or is he going to have to take the path a lot of others have, go sort of reinvent himself and then come back in order to get Vince's opinion of him to change?
Well, I'm right now during all this stuff that's going on. I'm glad he still has a job.
Of course.
I'm glad for every individual out there that during this tragedy that has a job. I'm happy for him. And he should. He's done nothing but work his ass off, and he's a good worker. There was a time that I thought that you could very easily make him who he was, Bray Wyatt's brother, and do it in a goofy way as he's the one that, now you would have to give him this character, but he's the one that's the handsome guy, but he's also the one that's about half nuts and is easily swayed by the crazy older brother, which is Bray Wyatt, and let him do some really nasty stuff because mechanically he's very good. And with the gimmicks that were given him, he didn't really get a chance to, perform at the level that he's able to. But there was a spot, I thought, and there was a point in time, I wish I could tell you, where it would have been perfect. And you find out later on, who he is, and hey, they're a family, and that would have been a really good spot for him. But I hope he, lands on his feet because he's an excellent performer. And again, he's a pleasure. I look at him as a friend and friends with his family. So I wish him nothing but good luck. Hopefully, if he doesn't get a restart there, maybe someplace else, but he certainly deserves another try.
I totally agree. And we know that Neville has sort of carved his own second tryout as Pac now. This is a next level athlete, to say the least. And it feels like WWE was hesitant to run with him, and then they try, and it just feels like it never really gets the momentum he was hoping for. What do you think Pac is going to do now that he's outside of WWE?
I can tell you what he's going to do. He's a castle hopping gargoyle that's going to chew some people's ass off. That kid is mean, nasty, ugly, great body, great athlete, vicious. You got to watch some of those matches he's been involved in with AEW because it gives him the opportunity to put his high spots where they go, but to rip your head off before he does that. And that's who he is. And he's a pro, and he puts the spots where they go. And he's one of those guys that does incredible stuff, but that's not all he does, because he can mat wrestle, he can stretch you, he can beat you up, he can kick your head off. The future is very, very bright for Pac.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.